Hello, hello. Hey,
Jeremy, how are you?
doing well, my friend. How are you?
It's Monday. I like Mondays.
I noticed you dressed for the occasion.
We got like the same color on.
Do we? Can you see the lines? I have almost like a really fine plaid on, actually.
Yeah,
How about you? Is yours plain?
it's pink.
Nice. I like it. I can't tell. I mean, it looks light. I can't tell whether it's white or pinkish. So it is pink.
It's pink.
Looks. I like it. I'm a man that's not afraid of pink. So we're good.
I'm not afraid of it either.
No. Well, you have a knife in your hand.
It's true.
What is that? Let me see it. Whoa! That sounds intense, though. Do that again. So, for those of you who are listening and not watching, we're talking about Tyler's pink shirt as he has some kind of. What kind of knife is that? What would you call that?
It's called an AK-47 knife.
For real?
Yeah,
It's like a companion knife?
kind of, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just like to have it in my hand. I feel better about life.
Yeah, I like playing with those. I don't own one, but I used to, like when I was younger, and I'd open them and close them and open them and close them.
Here we
It's
are.
fun.
So, Jeremy, how was your weekend?
My weekend was fast.
Yeah?
Yeah, I have this thing though where I'm always either present or in the future. Like the past is really hard for me to remember.
Yeah?
So by the time it's over, I really have a hard time remembering. So like if you were to say, "Hey Jeremy, what did you do?" Even while I'm saying this, I'm trying to recall
Are you just
what I
stalling
did.
right now?
No, it's just the truth. I really have a hard time remembering yesterday and the day before. Not that I have a messed up short-term memory. As soon as something's over, it's over. So I'm trying to remember what I did. I can't really remember. For real.
I believe you.
So why don't you tell me what you did and I'll try to remember what I did. I mean, I remember yesterday evening we had friends over for dinner that we have over every Sunday night, and that's
really?
good.
Every Sunday night?
Yeah.
Do you like them that much?
I do like them a lot, actually. Yeah,
Wow.
they're great people. Yeah, some people call it a community group. Some of them call it supper club. I really don't care what you call
Supper
it.
club?
Supper club. I think that's like the anti not wanting to call it community group. It's
Yeah.
like it's really hard to find anything for what it is. It's not related to any one church because everyone goes to different churches.
Yeah.
So, typically people do that kind of stuff because they all go to the same church, right?
How did you guys get started if you're all from different churches?
Shannon and I put it together, just people that we know and thought would get along.
Do you guys get along?
We do. It's a good question. We do. So last night was guy-girl night. I think once a month, all the husbands hang out and all the women either leave or we take turns. So last night the women left, went to some bar and had drinks and talked. And guys,
for church, they go to a bar. That's awesome.
well, I mean, we have wine or whatever or cocktails every Sunday. So
it's really, you should just call it the drinking club.
oh yeah, man, it's like usually everyone has to Uber home and everything.
You're kidding. Nuh-uh.
That's a joke, everybody.
Oh, that'd be so funny.
That's a joke.
I gotta get a Uber back home, man.
Yeah, no, it's at that time. It's like be here at 8:30. No, that doesn't happen.
Oh, really? They're all late and stuff?
No. There are no Ubers. There's no intoxication, to my knowledge.
Totally.
No one ever seems intoxicated.
So when you guys do your guys' night, and who watches the kids then?
Whoever stays, right? So last week the guys stayed, so we watched the kids. And there's only 2 couples with kids. So we have 3 kids, and there's 1 couple with 1 kid. The rest of them do not have any kids. So
that's weird, man.
Yeah, it's just everyone's different ages.
Yeah.
Or it's not even an age thing. It's more just, don't have kids yet.
Have you noticed how, couples that don't have kids, how, because you're in a different season of life, how like you naturally don't connect to them quite as much. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I mean, it's like anything else. It's like if whatever you're into or whatever is going on in your life, you're naturally gonna have connection points with people that have similar things in common.
Yeah.
You know, if you were a taxidermist, I don't know if we'd have a podcast together. Maybe we would. I don't know, but
I do a little taxidermy myself.
I have no idea where that example came from, but we'll use it. It works. Hey, is my lighting better today?
Yeah, it's great. You look good.
Well, thank you.
So like for us, it was weird because like we had some friends that didn't have kids, and like there was a definite difference like when we had kids on where our relationship went with them. It changed it changed things big time, and it was almost like this gulf started to open up between us. And no one was trying to make that happen, but it just kind of naturally happened where we were in different seasons of life for sure. And that's actually something I've been thinking about a lot, not even like with kids, but like how you go through life and there's these different seasons that you go through, and during those seasons like you draw close to the people that are in similar seasons and people that can relate to you and you can relate to them. And then when that season shifts, many times those relationships fall apart like pretty quickly, at least in my life. And I'm not saying I want it to be like that. It just seems to be what happens. It's really interesting.
Yeah. Have you found that is primarily with kids, or do you find like that's just one example of?
No, yeah, I think it's just one example. Like,
yeah,
I think that there's a lot of things like that. Like being someone that has a little bit of a public name, like it's interesting because people will like latch on to me through like different seasons of their life with the Lord. So like if they get excited about resurrection, they'll buddy up to me.
Mm-hmm.
Or if like if they're discovering the goodness of God and it's like becoming this revelation to them. But like the moment they're done being excited about those things, many times like, I mean, you know me, I can connect with people aside from people that are excited about those things. But I think they see me like in this 2D, dimension where that's like all that I represent to them. So once they're over that season, it's like the relationship starts to kind of like deteriorate. And it's just so quizzical to me. Like it's just interesting because it makes me sad that was like all we could talk about, But I think life is full of seasons, and I'm taking it less and less personally now when relationships start to kind of like fall apart, where it's not something that's personal. I think it's just something that people are just people and they're into what they're into, and when that shifts, it shifts and relationships shift, and the bottom line is like I have my wife and I have my kids and I have Jesus, and those things are never going to change. And so I pour myself into that.
What does quizzical mean?
How did I use it again?
I
it's
don't
like
know.
it's like it's puzzling. It's befuddling.
That's a good word. I may have heard it before, but if so, I do not remember it. I do not recall.
There we go.
It's a nice word, my friend. You're doing good.
Thanks.
How's that coffee?
It's great.
Did you roast those beans?
You know it, always.
Really? Do you ever consume coffee? Well, I mean, I'm sure you do on occasion, but primarily the coffee that you drink is from beans that you have roasted yourself?
Yeah, always. I don't go back now. God doesn't go backwards, Jeremy.
Right. I agree. Don't make faces. You're throwing me off. No, actually, you can make faces all you want. So do you do espresso roast? Because is espresso a different kind of roast?
No. Well,
really?
You could say it's kind of different opinions, but no, espresso is not a different roast. It's just certain beans work better for dark roast, which typically is the roast for espresso, which is French roast, which is darker. But I think that's a load of malarkey. And there's actually light roasts that make really good espresso. So you just do whatever you want.
That's crazy.
You can get better crema like this natural cream, like fizzy stuff that comes out of the machine. You can get it better when you do like a medium to dark roast. Like light roasts don't usually have much crema, but that's not to say that you can't run light beans through a machine and it'd be really, really, really good. So,
well, my new obsession, well, and when I say new, I mean for the last maybe year, has been a drink called the Cortado, also known as a Gibraltar.
Okay.
Which I've told you about, and you're like, yeah, that's just a latte. And it is.
Totally.
I mean, it is a latte.
I love it though because you bought into the marketing of it. You're like, no, it's a Gibraltar, bro.
It's the glass.
It's the glass. No, it's the glass.
You haven't seen a Gibraltar glass?
No.
What?
Oh, give me a break.
Yeah, it's like a little glass. It's like it's bigger than a shot glass, but it's just fancy. And it's part of the aesthetic, but it definitely makes the drink taste better.
You know, I'll be honest, bro.
It's an experience.
I'll be honest. Cups make a huge difference.
Okay, what is your go-to cup for, let's say, coffee?
Oh, well, recently, like, I was at a thrift store and I saw a nice big mug, but it was just made out of clear glass. Mm-hmm. And I like that because I can see the drink really well. I know where I'm at with levels and stuff.
Yeah.
I like that. But, like, you know, I'm a drink guy. I love drinks. It doesn't matter if it's alcoholic or not. I love juices. I love all kinds of stuff. And
okay, top 5 drinks.
Top 5, probably. What?
Yeah, of any genre, just top 5.
All right, so like a good geisha bean that I roasted, latte with nice whole milk from like a dairy from down the road.
Okay, how many shots of espresso in there?
It depends on how big of a cup you've got.
So
if it's like a normal mug, do like 1 or 2. It really changes the flavor by how many shots you have, and sometimes it's nice if you feel like a bold move, a couple shots. But
that's why I like the Cortado, because all that is like it's 2 shots of espresso, give or take, but right around 2, and then I think 2 ounces of whole milk.
Yeah,
so it's basically 50-50. It's strong. It's good.
I love drinks like that are just strong. Yeah. Today we ran out of milk, so today what I did was
wait, hold on. So you're buying into the hype.
No. I'm not buying into the hype of the name, really. I think it's great.
I don't care what you call it, but it's delicious. That's my point.
Totally, but I mean, that's what I do every day is I just make it with a little bit of milk. I don't put very much in. Like,
I know. The only problem is how much it's, it's like that much.
You just take your time, though. You just take your time.
You take your time, but it's hard to do. Right?
Oh, it's so hard. You just want to suck it down.
And then I was like, it's the ratio that makes it good. So why don't you just make like 5 of them and put them together? And then I was like, well, wait a minute.
That would be 25 shots. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea.
Totally. Yeah, that's what I make every day. I think we're drinking the same drink. I just call it a latte. Yeah. And you call it something else.
Okay, so that's 1. Your number 1. Your latte, your homemade latte. What's 2?
Yeah, probably Blanton's, which is a bourbon. And like I was saying, like these cups, the different cups you drink things out of makes a really big difference. Like anyone that's ever done a wine tasting, you don't drink wine out of a mug. You don't drink it out of a plastic cup. And it's not
hold on.
It's not just because that's cheesy.
My household,
you drink it out of a mug.
Certain people,
you're like, I'm not going to say any names, but
that will remain nameless. Drink wine out of mugs and or little plastic kid cups.
See, that's just like, but see, that's like the hardcore mom who's like, I need wine right now. I don't care what I drink it out of.
That's the I don't want to break a wine glass in the dishwasher.
Oh, that totally makes sense. But here's my point with cups. With things like wine and things like bourbon, there's a mouthfeel and you got to be able to get like their aromatics from it and stuff. And those kinds of glasses are made so that when you take the drink, like bourbon glasses, they've got these really small tops on them. Mm-hmm. And when you drink it, you're just taking a sip. But when you pull it up, it's made so that it circles right around your nose, so that as you drink it, you take a breath and you can smell it. And cups make a difference, so I'm just agreeing with you. So okay,
yeah, totally. So when you're drinking your bourbon, before we move on to number 3, are you drinking it with on the rocks, with a splash of water? What are you doing? Are you just doing straight?
I usually just do it straight, so it's
no rocks,
so you can taste it. Nah, I mean sometimes, but
because you don't want to dilute it.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, sometimes people with scotch and whiskeys, they do a little splash of water. It brings out the flavors and stuff more a little bit. But yeah, as long as it's not being mixed with something else, I think that's a tragedy. Blanton's is like a pretty expensive bourbon. I get it once a year for my birthday, unless I'm with Daryl Nicolette out on the West Coast. He this last time he was like, we just got done with the whole conference, and he's like, let's get a bottle of Blanton's. I said, all right.
So how much is a bottle of Blanton's?
It's $60
for how much?
It's like 750 milliliters.
All right, cool. That's a good number 2. What's number 3?
I would say my third drink that I would really, really enjoy would probably be like a good IPA on like a hot day, something like that. Fourth would probably be something like juice that I made.
You make juice?
Just like a hearty, nice juice with like some fruits, some vegetables.
With M-berry?
Yeah, right. I wish. I don't know how you could juice an M-berry, but you probably could do it.
Or you just take it first before you drink it.
There you go. You could do that probably.
Okay, so that's 4. Homemade juice. By the way, on number 3, I can't get down with IPA.
Yeah, that's all. It's all good, dude. Some people can roll, some people can't. It's called the hop bug. Once you get the hops bug, then it's all downhill from there.
Yeah, I can't do it. I enjoy beer, but the pale ale just is not. I don't have the palate for it.
I hated it for so long, man. I hated
IPAs.
Well, no, it's like something shifted. I went from loving like stouts and stuff, the creamy sweetness of a stout, to like embracing the bitterness of an IPA, and I loved it. It was.
That sounds like a philosophical. I embrace the bitterness.
There was something about it that it was just like. I think bitterness is something naturally offensive, and there was something about it that, like, I don't know. I just fell in love with it, and I couldn't. There was a period where that's all I would have would be these super, super bitter IPAs. But we apologize to anyone that's offended by alcohol that's listening. We're not alcoholics, but remember, Jesus drank wine, and so get over it. It's all right. But, there's people listening that might have had, like, abusive history with alcohol, and we understand that, so whatever.
Well, good. But then what we can do is we can help paint a beautiful picture of a healthy relationship with alcohol.
There you go. All right, so go ahead.
Yeah. Brown ale is my happy spot.
Brown ale's great,
Yeah, like a Newcastle or something right in that kind of... That is my happy spot.
That's cool. I can respect that.
Although I can't remember the last time I've had a beer. I enjoy beer. I think it's because I've been trying to keep track of my calorie intake.
Keep it lean, baby.
Huh?
Keep it lean.
Yeah, I'm trying to. And so, taking a beer down, I'm consuming a significant portion of my daily calories.
Yeah, for real.
And that, so.
I had a beer last night when I was watching the Warriors game, right? And then Christine, I heard her mowing the yard, so I told the kids, go get her and I'll mow the yard. So the Warriors game got done. I went down there and
hold on. What you should have done is you should have waited till she was almost done.
Yeah,
and then been like, "Oh, hey, wait, what are you doing? I was gonna do that.
Oh, you're mowing the yard.
I want to finish for you. Oh, I was gonna do that." And she's like, "Oh, that's so sweet. I was almost done."
Oh, well, okay, you can finish if you want.
Yeah, you have like 3 rows left. You might as well just finish.
She did some, but she left me like the part of the yard. She was getting to it, like she wasn't leaving it for me, but she didn't do the part of the yard that was like, it's like practically treacherous. We like have a hill, and there's this part where like basically you come from the top and you basically do like a controlled fall with the lawnmower. It's terrible. So
do you stand up top and just kind of like let it go down and like hold on to it?
You just gotta hold on and hope you don't die, somehow end up in the blade yourself. But I started doing it last night, dude. I was mowing the lawn for 2.5 hours, push mower. It was a long night, but
was it hot outside?
Yeah, it was hot, and so like I just had a beer, and so I'm like dehydrated, and trying to get done with it. So I go drink some water. It was great. So number 5 drink.
Yeah.
Dude, I would say, have you ever had Mexican hot chocolate?
I actually have, but it's been a long time ago.
It's called Ibarra.
Did you have it in Mexico or did you have it here?
No, you can buy it here, like in the store. It comes in these like hexagon shaped packages, and you basically like heat up the milk and then you throw it in a blender and you blend it up and it gets all frothy. And dude, it is so good, so good. It's way better than American hot chocolate.
Nice.
So
yeah, I've never seen how it's made. I've consumed it before.
Like when I lived in LA, if I was in LA right now again, I would throw in like horchata, stuff like that. I love horchata, but those are probably my big ones. Probably a little bit of bourbon, some coffee. I don't really do tea that much unless I'm trying to drink chamomile to go to bed.
Okay,
juice.
so you lived in LA. I got another question for you. If that's
You're making me talk a lot. Come on.
Top
This is
five.
Jeremy
places,
ploy.
Top 5 places you would live anywhere in the world, excluding Washington because you live there now.
Hawaii.
Number 1.
Yeah. Thailand.
Have you been to Thailand?
No.
Okay.
I say that because the other day I saw pictures of it and it was absolutely mind blowing. Some of the places they had.
Yeah.
Switzerland.
Ooh.
Just because it looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I've never wanted to go to Europe. Christine's always wanted to go to Europe, and I've spoke over in Netherlands and UK and stuff a number of times, but I've never had like this desire to go. And then finally, for the first time in my life, I was like, I want to go to Switzerland, dude.
Switzerland looks awesome.
Looks incredible, bro.
Now I see why everyone hides their money there.
Yeah. Yeah. Switzerland's legit.
Legit.
And then, so we got 3 going so far. Bora Bora, if I could live there, why not?
Mm-hmm.
And New Orleans next to Jeremy.
Boom. Well, you probably don't want to live next to me.
Nah, because I don't want to get shot.
I got an empty lot next door to my house. You could buy it. It's a little overpriced.
There's probably some people squatting on it right now.
No, but there were people squatting in the house next door before someone moved into it.
Nice. Of course.
Yeah, it was actually kind of sad. It was a 18-year-old.
Oh, those kids.
And a 19-year-old with 3 kids.
Those are the ones you went over and like gave them money or something or food, and then like they like littered in your yard like the same day.
I would give them food. I'd give them like all kinds of stuff, and they just throw the trash in my yard.
They're like, "Hey, you can have this part of it back."
Yeah, and then they were. I was giving them a little bit of money here and there. I don't like to give money. I primarily wanted to feed them and not call the cops on them. For the fact that they're sleeping in between our houses. Which, I mean, our houses in New Orleans, the houses, I mean, they're only like, I don't know, 10 feet apart.
Yeah.
But it all came to a head when they were giving me the runaround trying to get $5 because they needed to get to a job interview on the West Bank, which is like across the Mississippi River, right?
Yeah.
Which is still New Orleans, but it's called the West Bank. And I'm like, oh, okay, really? Tell me about the interview. And they're like telling me about this, whatever. And I'm like, well, that's kind of interesting because today's Sunday. And I was like, no company has an HR department that works on a Sunday evening and is going to interview you for a job. And the guy just like kind of froze. And dude, they smoked weed and stuff, and I knew that. But I mean, I'm not their keeper, you know.
Right.
So I told him, I was like, listen, man, here's the deal. I've had your back, and I was like, I want to have your back, and I said, but here's the deal. If you don't have trust, you don't have relationship, and you're lying to me. I was like, that's why I'm not going to give you money, because I know you're smoking weed and you're telling me that you need money for gas and to get something to eat. I'm like, well, I know you're spending money on some other crazy stuff. I said, that's your business, but it becomes my business when you're asking me for it, right? And I was like, here's the deal. Just shoot me straight. You know? I was like, don't lie to me. Tell me the truth. I want to be able to trust you because I want to be able to help you out, but I can't help you if you're not going to shoot me straight.
Come on.
That's what I told him. And he just got quiet. He's like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so.
That's the thing is, people can do kind of whatever they want to do, but if you start to lie to me, I'm not going to just go along with it and act like the fool.
Oh no, man, no, it's not going to happen. Plus, I mean, I've told you stories about where we live. There's so many people running game and running scams. I've been scammed, unfortunately, and I am not a naive or gullible person, and I've been duped before. So it is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So
why is it that I love that saying so much right now?
I don't know, but I've noticed. I've been saying it a lot more, and I've noticed it's like I'm catching a lot of other people starting to say it.
People really like, it's a saying for some reason that like is the most least offensive thing in the world. Like,
yeah.
Like, and everyone somehow relates to it. It's like, my grandma died. Well, it is what it is.
Seriously, dude.
I couldn't find bread at the store that I wanted. It is what it is.
The extremely valuable gorilla that's more important than a human being was shot, and it's the end of the world.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It could mean anything. Like, it's like it's the most like Band-Aid verbal statement ever. Like,
it's perfect. I love those.
It's amazing.
I love those.
Like, I've heard it used from people in my life in like almost like heartbreaking, terrible scenarios to really, really shallow, totally meaningless, scenarios. And both. They're just awesome.
Or good things.
Yeah.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
Hey, man, someone gave me $100. It is what it is.
A saying, how there's certain sayings that you hear and like that someone's from somewhere. There's one from New Orleans that you hear. It's temporary. It's primarily a hood saying.
Yeah.
But I heard people out in front of my house saying it yesterday, and you hear it all the time. You hear it like from a lot of the New Orleans rappers, like from back in the day, like No Limit Soldiers and those guys.
Yeah.
It's you heard.
Yeah, you heard.
So, you heard, and you don't really hear that anywhere else.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I have a friend in Dallas who says it all the time.
Really?
Dustin, shout out if you're hearing this. Dustin,
it's a guy, Dustin?
Yeah, and he's not from New Orleans, bro, and he's like, you heard? And he's white.
Well, I want to know, is he from the 90s? Did he come up on the rap music?
He was born in 84. He's born in 84, so you could say that.
He probably came up on that music is probably what it is.
Probably.
Thanks, sir. You heard me?
You heard?
So what were we gonna say? Go ahead.
I'm still back on. It is what it is. Like, why? What's going on? Why do I love it that much? I would love to discuss that.
Because it's non-committal.
It's totally non-committal, but feels like there's like a nihilistic tendency behind it too.
What do you mean?
Well, nihilism is like nothing matters. Everything just is what it is. Basically, there's no real design to all this. It's basically a direct contradiction to Christianity, right? But and it's a really, really sad existence. Like nihilism. Like, did you ever see the Big Lebowski? You don't remember the nihilists?
I love the Big Lebowski.
But remember the nihilists in it, like the Russian nihilists?
Oh yes,
I do. That's what I always think of when I think of nihilism. But they're like, nothing matters. Like, there's no destiny or fate. It's just like everything that happens just happened. There's no purpose.
I just say it out of laziness. That's why I like it. Because I don't have to state an opinion. Totally. I don't have to, I don't have to put myself out there in a way that I have to be offensive or not offensive.
Yeah.
You can it is what it is, man.
See, that's the thing is, for me, it's
an easy out.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, you and me, probably both of us, usually always have an opinion about something. Like, if someone comes to me about something, I definitely have my view of what's going on. And many times I can back it up by scripture. I could throw all that stuff at them. But you know what? Honestly, most people don't want to hear that. Most of the time, people just want you to understand and be empathetic, right? Mm-hmm. And so one great way to do that is just say it is what it is.
It is what it is. I'm listening. I hear you.
It is what it is, bro.
You heard?
You heard?
I hear you.
Oh, my God.
So speaking of that, what do you call it? Gorilla.
Yeah.
What the heck is that about?
Dude.
What would you do if you were the zookeeper?
Dude, there's only one option, man.
Put it down?
You gotta put it down, because the zoo is... if you're thinking as the zoo person, okay? I'm not talking about as a normal person that's watching this whole thing. If you're the guy that's got the trank darts or the 308 in your hand, You got to make a decision what you're going to do. You got to take down the gorilla, because if a child gets killed by falling into a gorilla pit, the zoo's over. It's done.
Mm-hmm.
Zoo's over. So, away from all the philosophical arguments about if they should have shot the gorilla and let the kid get manhandled or what, I don't even, honestly, I'll be honest, dude, I saw all the foolishness, as Jeremy would say, online with this whole thing. And I was just like, I ain't touching with a 10-foot pole. This is so ridiculous. This is so stupid.
I heard about it, and then I got like a general sense. I saw a video, right? A very brief video, and I peeked at it. I haven't entertained any of the foolishness that people are saying.
Right.
I can just imagine what's being said. I understand there's a lot of controversy about it. I understand it was kind of nice because it took the attention off the bathrooms thing, which was kind of cool, real quick. But,
yeah.
So
I forgot about that.
I'll tell you, you want to know one of my biggest takeaways from the whole thing, though?
What's that?
Like, it's very philosophical and it's very spiritual. Okay?
It is what it is.
It is. No, that gorilla was jacked.
Like strong?
Yeah.
Dude, those things got muscles. That was deep.
Yeah, it was deep. No, that guy, he must have been doing some push-ups in there.
Dude, totally. Here's the thing. Big picture with this whole gorilla thing. I'll tell you what, man. Every month and a half or so, there's something that the whole world flocks to and freaks out about that in a matter of weeks, nobody's talking about anymore. It's like we go around like a bunch of sharks with these feeding frenzies in different areas and different things. And then we consume it, we throw it up all over the place, and then we go to the next thing. And
it's the mob.
It's the mob mentality, dude. It's social media at its worst. And every time something dramatic happens, everyone thinks they need to put in their 2 cents, see if they can get some likes, right? See if people will like their comment. People got to make a big deal over it. And I'm like, okay, this is a bunch of people. This is a bunch of people needing to work through things because they got nothing better to do in life. And I'm like, I'm just not going to I'm not going to get involved. I'm not going to sit here and watch different videos and watch different talk shows talk about it. I'm not going to let this be a big deal in my life. I have children that need to be raised. I've got a wife that needs to be loved. Heck, I could go down and just go worship and do something that's meaningful instead of sitting here watching videos and people's opinions about what should have happened and what shouldn't have.
All right, and I'm not going to talk about it on my own podcast.
I'm not going to talk about it ever. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, dude, it's the mob mentality. It's kind of funny. It's hilarious and crazy at the same time because you watch this angry mob. It's almost like a video game where you see the mob and you can just direct them at something and they'll go, ooh.
Yeah, over here.
Yeah, you just push them over there and there's a cloud of dust and they go destroy something and you're like, oh, bump them over here and they go, ooh.
Let's talk about, let's just throw them out. You ready? One by one. Mob mentality topics. Donald Trump on the wall.
Wait, Donald Trump on the what?
The wall.
Well, yeah, now it's 10 feet higher?
I don't know. That's always something. Yeah. 10 feet higher. That's how he dealt with all the Hispanics rioting, was to say we're going to build it higher.
And that's what he said. He's like, when there was pushback from people, he's like, well, now it's 10 feet higher.
I'm going to punish you with feet every time. That's the best.
And people are like, yeah, do it, dude.
And the Hispanics are freaking out.
So that's one. No, well, I think just Donald Trump in general.
Yeah, he's just a big mob mentality thing right now.
And Hillary Clinton email server in the bathroom. That's pretty crazy.
Dude, have you seen how people are calling her Hillary lately?
No.
Oh, it's cracking up, man. Everyone's just calling her Hillary. And I'm like, that is awesome.
Hey, it is what it is.
If there's anyone that's most like House of Cards, it's Hillary.
Oh, bro.
Don't open up that can of worms.
That's the Underwoods right there.
Christine tried watching House of Cards with me. She's way too pure. It just didn't happen.
Oh, yeah?
Didn't happen.
Yeah, this may not be exactly how it happens, but this is probably a lot like what does happen.
Yeah, pretty close.
Pretty close.
Okay, mob mentality.
Yeah.
What else?
I'm sure. Remember how I can't tell you what I did last weekend? What are some other past ones? Remember
the ice bucket challenge? It wasn't mob mentality, but it was the thing.
Well, there was gay marriage. That was last year.
Yeah.
There was transgender bathrooms.
That's still going. Target.
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 What else was there? I bet there's people like yelling right now, like a list of things. I bet that's frustrating for them. You know what we need to do? We need to find a way when we're doing this to have people be able to like communicate with us.
You know, people could make comments on YouTube, but on podcasts, it's pretty much impossible. I know that different people that have listened to it have come to me and been like, dude, I was like talking to you guys out loud as I was listening. I'm like, right on.
Well, hello, guys. Yeah. If you can. Okay, wait. Let's give them 1 second to talk right now and we'll listen. Ready? That's a good point. I like your opinion.
It is what it is, my friend.
It is what it is. No, I think I know the iTunes podcast is people's favorite place to consume this. I know that for a fact. So I don't know if there's any way to interact there. I mean, people can interact on our Facebook page, which is cool, or either one of our private profiles or whatever.
Let's be honest. If we entertained everyone that would be commenting and stuff, it would be chaos.
I know.
Chaos. The other day, like I did some.
They could talk to each other.
The other day I spoke on the phone to a group of people, and until I mute everyone, it's just madness.
Oh, you didn't do that? You should.
No, I did, but it was a little crazy. Great.
Wait, did they all have separate phones, or were they like in a room?
Yeah, they were all in separate rooms.
Oh, that's the worst. If it's one of those conference call systems where it beeps when people log in and out, so it's like.
Yeah. Last time I did it, someone like had like a radio or something, like a radio for like a fire department or something like that, and it was like right there, just going off the whole time, and I was just like, oh my gosh, please mute yourself.
Sir or ma'am with the radio, please
turn it down.
Turn it off.
Dude, I leave in a couple days for SoCal.
For real? Tell me about it. What are you doing?
We're going to do a school resurrection. We got like over 100 people registered for it.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm really excited. I'll be down there in Pasadena for a 2-day event, and then be down in San Diego for a church service, and then I'll be back up to Malibu.
Ooh.
For a couple days.
How long are you going to be gone?
For like 6 days for my family.
Nice, dude. Well, I mean, nice. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do.
It is what it is.
It is.
They're going to miss you.
And then I'm going to come back, Jeremy, and I'll be totally exhausted because I think I'm going to preach like over 12 sessions in like 4 days or something. Anyways, and sessions are like a couple hours long. So, and then I come back and crabbing season opens here in Washington. So I'm going to jump in our little boat with my kids, and we're going to go get our limit on crabs. So
what kind of crabs?
Dungeness.
Oh, those are the big ones.
No. Dungeness are like probably this big.
Yeah, those are bigger than blue crabs.
Blue crabs are tiny, let's be honest.
Well, that's what we have on the East Coast and down here in the deep South.
But bro, like, you've got Alaskan king crab that are like, I mean, the legs alone are like this long.
Yeah, that's what they catch on those TV shows.
Yeah. So, but Dungeness tastes better than
most dangerous job in the world.
It is dangerous, man. Those guys are intense. That stuff's no joke.
I would not want to do that.
Like, I fished in Alaska, not for those, but I fished up there and...
Out in those waters?
No, it wasn't out in those waters. You got to go way out on, I forget what it's called, those islands that shoot off of Alaska. You got to go out there. And even the fishing that I did, people were dying. And, like they'd be like letting the net out and their foot would get caught in the net and just pull them over and there's weights on the net. And so just, they're gone.
Done. Well, they need a knife like you have and they could just saw themselves out.
Cut it out, baby.
Oh, that just reminded me. I don't know why I thought of that. The guy who had his leg or arm pinned down.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Would you do that?
Did you hear that he like called out to God and he didn't feel like God answered? So then he called out to the other man, the other guy.
Really?
You didn't hear that?
And he said, cut your arm off?
Yeah, he was like, hey, if you can get me out of this, you can have me. And then he had this idea to like cut his arm off.
Whoa.
That didn't make it into a lot of... Yeah, dude, it didn't make it into a lot of a lot of
And
interviews.
just to clarify, what we're talking about is the young man who was hiking or something boulder, and was pinned between rocks. I think his arm, and he ended up cutting it off with a
dull knife.
A dull knife. I mean, I guess at some point, I would think most people would do that. I mean, it would be horrible and horrific.
Dude, I don't know how you. Yeah, I don't know how you do it, but it's intense. I mean, that's so like the enemy, though, to like be like, yeah, I'll get you out of this. It's just going to cost you your arm.
Yeah, right.
You know, you always got to. There's always payment. Always payment.
There's always payment, and it always comes with pain and suffering.
Yeah, it's no fair, man. It's no good to deal with him. Anyways, I'm looking forward to crabbing. This is gonna be fun. I love it, man. I love getting out on the water and pulling the pots up with the kids right there, and they're like, "How many?" Is that what you do?
Do you have crab pots?
Yeah.
That you own?
Yeah. It's fun.
How many do you have?
Just 2 right now. They're not very much, though.
I bought a crab pot when I lived in Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were catching crabs, but then someone stole the pots.
Oh yeah, that'll happen, man. We had one crab pot loaded with crab one time, and it just disappeared, and we knew that someone had stolen it.
Is that considered poaching? Like a very...
No, poaching usually has to do with like the shooting outside of the season.
Out of season?
Yeah.
Okay.
They just stole from us, and they got it. They got all that pot and the crab.
That's not very nice.
It is what it is.
Oh, I set you up.
You totally set me up.
You took the bait, man. I put it in the crab pot, and you came and...
I stole it from you.
You stole it from me.
Yeah, it's going to be a good trip, man. What do you have planned this week?
So, this weekend? I don't have anything this weekend. This weekend's family. I think. No, actually, speaking of this weekend, no, I think we have plans Friday, Saturday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning, and Sunday night. Welcome to my life.
Wow.
We love Shane and I love people, and it's an honor to be able to be connected with a lot of people, and but the result of that is a busy social calendar, but I don't keep track of the social calendar. So like, if I'm talking to someone and I'm like, hey, look, you should come over for dinner. And they're like, yeah, that sounds good. Because we have people over for dinner all the time. I'll be like, okay, cool. Well, Shannon will be reaching out to you. And she'll reach out to him and she'll set it up. She's an awesome hostess. So what she'll do is she usually reaches out to people. And she'll be like, she'll set up a time, like a time and date. And then they'll figure it out. And then she'll be like, are there any foods that you're allergic to? And these are like her standard questions. It's so great. And people are like, oh, that's a great question. And usually the answer is no. Or she's like, or is there anything you don't like? And they're like, whatever, no. Or I don't like mushrooms or onions or whatever. She's like, okay, cool. And with certain times, sometimes she'll be like, it's usually like if it's one person that we're kind of like if someone's husband or wife's out of town, we like to have them over or something, you know? Like if you left for 2 weeks to go to India, we'd have Christine over, you know, just to... take care of her, whatever. So it'd be like, she might be like, here's 3 options. Which one sounds best? You know? Awesome. So, but anyways, because I don't keep track of that, like I never know. I'll usually ask her like 2 days out, do we have anything? What are we doing? You know, Saturday. She'll tell me. But,
you guys have stuff planned all the time. That would drive me crazy. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, well, it's hard sometimes because we were talking to someone for this weekend, and they contacted us like 3 weeks ago, thinking they were giving us plenty of heads up, and they kind of were, but we're like,
for 3 months.
For 3 months, like
what? You're booked for 3 months?
Yes,
dude, that's freaking insane, bro.
Bro, crazy, bro.
I couldn't do that.
You know what? I was thinking about. This would be kind of fun. See, where we live in New Orleans, there's a lot of cool breakfast spots, and all they are is just old New Orleans houses that have been turned into restaurants.
Yeah.
And so people like to sit outside or whatever. I thought it'd be fun if we turned our front porch.
It'd be sweet.
Into a restaurant, but we didn't charge. And so we would only have 20 spots available once a month on a Saturday, or twice a month on a Saturday morning. But you have to book it. You have to make a reservation. to get a spot, you're going to have to do it like 3 weeks out, right? Because there's only, 20 spots.
Totally.
But you don't have to pay anything. And you come over, and me and my family, you sit outside. If it's nice, if it's not, come sit inside. And we'll serve you breakfast, take care of you, hang out,
Dude, that's
enjoy
intense,
yourself,
bro.
and then just be on your way.
It's intense. I can't let people into my space like that, man. Like, my house, it's got to be a place where, like, I know that I can be alone.
Yeah. Well, like the whole thing or certain spots?
The property, all of it.
Because they're not going to my bedroom. I mean, they can go look at it. Like, hey, look, that's my bedroom.
Oh, man, don't even freaking let them in your house. You don't know these people.
Don't be sitting in my bed. No, it'd be people we know. I mean, to be able to even like set the reservation, you have to like know somebody that knows somebody.
Oh, well, that's a little different. I was thinking that the homeless couple from next door would love to have a spot over there.
They really would. They really would. They're gone.
They're gone. Hope they're all right.
When I called him out for lying, I didn't see much of him anymore. He did come back to tell me, though, they got on their feet a little bit, and he was really happy to tell me. I'm like, dude, I'm so happy for you.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really good. I was really proud of him.
No, I don't know, man. Like, it's just, even like when really good friends of ours come to stay with us, it's Christine's fine. But for me, I just feel like I'm in a cage suddenly. And
Oh, dude, look, I feel you. See, now we're talking two different things. Like, I'm talking about come over into my house, right? Enjoy portions of it. I love you. I'll serve you. We'll hang out, and then be on your way. Like, bye.
Yeah.
You know?
See, that's the thing. Even just having people to our house, I get stressed out because I want to be able to be just at some point in the night be like, okay, it's time to leave, but you can't do that, right?
Yeah.
And so I get stressed out having people over. It's a little easier when we leave, but for me, there's something about my house being a sanctuary and a getaway, where I always feel like my kids are completely 100% safe, where I don't have to worry about taking care of other people besides my family. I don't know, man. It just stresses me out. Like, even just having like people over that we trust and we know they're totally safe with our kids. I'm like, at some point, it's 9:00. I'm like, well, we're not going to do this till 11:00. You need to leave. I want some time with my wife. You know, it just, I get stressed out.
I'm the same way, man. When it comes to that, I like to go to bed early because I get up super early and like my brain shuts down. So I think most people kind of know that, like, if you go into the Mangashine's house, like, they like to go to bed early, and we're probably a little bit like, I don't know.
How do you allude to the fact that it's time to move on?
I'll tell you what I used to do. I don't do this now.
I've got my move, so I'm going to tell you after you're done with you.
Well, there was one time where we used to have a community group at our house, a different one, and it kind of went later. And what I would do is I'd just get up and start getting ready for bed.
Dude, totally.
That's what I do.
Dude, I've done that.
Like, I just go put my slippers on, like, change my clothes.
Skin your boxers.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what I do. You ready? We'll just be like sitting there talking, and I'll be like this. Well, that's my move. That's my move.
Well, it's the whelp and the long sigh. I like it.
It totally communicates it's time to move on.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Wouldn't it be great if, like, every friend in your life was a good enough friend where you could be like,
you could just be like, hey, dude, guys, I want to go to bed.
Yeah. I've had a ton of fun.
Yeah.
You're great.
Get out of here.
I'm tired. Go on. Go. Yeah. Go.
Dude, totally.
Or you know what I say? I think I've said this before. I've said, hey, I'm tired. It's been fun. I'm going to bed. You're welcome to stay.
You guys can awkwardly stay in our living room all night if you want, but me and my wife are going to go love on each other in our bedroom. See you later.
What is that code word for? Is that like Christian talk for making love?
Yeah. Because you're not going to be like, hey, I'm going to go do my wife in the back room right now. Right?
Did you just say that?
I said it. You swore last week, so I can say that.
What did I say? Damn?
Yeah.
I don't think it, for some reason, the way I said it, I don't feel like that's a cuss word.
All I know is with our kids,
that is not a damn cuss word. I'm just telling you.
We were like, you can't say that word, guys.
Damn?
Yeah, like our kids all of them went through this phase where they'd be like, damn it.
Ours has done that before.
And we're like, no.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it went away.
Yeah, they were like, oh. And then it's great now because if I say, dang it, Jacob's like, Dad, you can't say that.
Yeah. Yeah, our kids, I say dang it a lot.
I'm like, bro, it's dang it. They're like, nope, Mom said you can't say that. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, our kids have been obsessed with, like, their body parts and, like, body functions.
Nice.
Like uber obsessed.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, and, like, we have all boys, but our two oldest ones, our house is like a locker room.
Oh, like, totally.
Like, just run around.
Shaking
it, like, trying to hit each other in those areas and yank on stuff. And the hard thing is we think it's hilarious, but, like,
you got to put on the stern face.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's inappropriate.
And then you walk around the corner and you're like, did you see that?
Yeah, that was awesome. Like, like, especially our oldest one, he has, like, next level, expert level ability to really inappropriately cause you to look at certain things that you should not be revealed.
Yeah.
Because they should be fully covered at all times. But he thinks it's hilarious to make you stumble upon things that you shouldn't see.
Totally.
It's like a game for him.
Sounds like his dad.
What's that?
Sounds like his dad.
For real. I mean,
it is what it is.
So it's like, I'm like, dude, come on, man. You don't do that. That's not cool. And really in my head, I'm like, that was so impressive.
That was amazing. Yeah, totally.
My man. You heard?
I love it.
I think this is our least spiritual conversation on here to date.
It's great. The reality is, man, anyone that's got a real friendship, you're not going to talk about Jesus every moment of that relationship. It's just, you're going to enjoy life because Jesus is in that too. So I'm all about it.
So, yes, but it is also a very big part of our lives at the same time.
It is the biggest part. There's no doubt about it. All right, Jeremy. I'm just going to keep it right on the level of non-spiritual. You ready?
I'm ready. What do you got, a question?
I'm going to give you a topic, and we're just going to machine gun off answers without thinking.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Man crushes.
Tyler Johnson.
Brad Pitt.
That was my second. I don't know. It's hard.
You don't really think about this very often. I mean,
no, I don't. No, but, like, if there was someone in front of me, like, I don't have one that I sit there and, like, think about all the time. But there's a lot of dudes where I'd be like, "That." Oh, I got one. Adrian Peterson.
Which one's that? Who's that?
Running back and at Minnesota Vikings.
I have no idea.
Yeah, for his football abilities.
Right.
Not his parenting style.
Well, if you're going to talk that, then I've got a man crush on Steph Curry. There's no doubt about it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But that's a legit man crush.
It is. It is. I'll tell you the king of all man crushes. Are you ready?
Why is an athlete man crush less than an actor man crush?
It's true. It's a good point. It's valid.
Okay, so go ahead. Ultimate.
This is the trump card. More than Brad Pitt.
Donald Trump?
No.
Oh.
You ready?
Yeah, Bill Clinton.
Cillian Murphy.
Who's that?
It's the dude from Peaky Blinders.
Who's that? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hands down.
Really?
Oh, there's not even a question. Cillian is up on the top of my list.
Did you see him in, what's that zombie movie? 21 Days Later.
Was he in that?
Yeah, he's the main character.
I think I did see that movie, but it was so insignificant in my mind that I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think he is one of the best actors in the world, if not the best actor.
He's the main guy, right?
Yeah. He's Thomas Shelby. Yeah. No, I can see why you say that. Phenomenal actor. He's so interesting looking, but I just think he's so amazing.
Nice.
And then Tom Hardy is right behind him for me.
Tom Hardy. Oh, yeah, he's a beast.
He's an incredible actor too, man. These British guys can get it done. I'm telling you.
I would say one of mine would be Joe Rogan.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, not because of his belief system or anything like that, but the reason for him is he's so versatile.
He is so versatile, dude.
That's why. Like, this is a guy who
MMA, podcast. The guy, he's a marketer. This guy can do anything.
But and at this point in his life, stand-up comedian. Like, that's one of his biggest things. Like, he's so good at so many things, and he follows his passions.
It's ridiculous.
Now, of course, he says and does a lot of things that I don't endorse by any means, but you can have him, like, anyways, I don't need to excuse it away.
Yeah. You're right. You don't.
So, who else? Anybody?
I don't know. Okay, now we went from man crushes. Let's do legitimate heroes so we can redeem ourselves.
Oh, I don't know, man.
People you genuinely, not just cliche, like we could all be like, oh, I'm okay, Gandhi, right? People genuinely that, like, through their life, the way they live their life actually influenced yours, and you respect them for it.
Okay, so personally, or
it can be personally, or it can be like a huge name.
Okay, you name a few, and I'll try to think of some. Oh yeah, we'll go back and forth. You go first.
Okay, one of my biggest heroes was probably Mother Teresa.
Okay.
She was so BA, loved the poor like crazy, had the most simplicity when she would speak revelation when she was speaking about the most simple things. And she had the guts, when no one else did, to publicly, in front of the whole world, tell Bill Clinton that he made a mistake when he slept with Monica Lewinsky, which I loved.
Mm-hmm.
She just gave it to him, and no one could do anything about it. She told the most powerful man in the world, "What's up?" and everyone praised her for it.
Right.
No one can do that. No one can do that except Mother Teresa. Come on. So now your turn. Go.
Okay. So I've had different heroes at different phases of my life.
That's okay.
So are we talking about, like, are we qualifying the phase, or are we just saying?
The what?
Like, are we... Like, I could go back to you when I was 12 and say Kurt Cobain was my hero.
There you go. Whatever works.
But I wouldn't say that now. Well, even though I still think he was awesome.
I received a lot from Mother Teresa, like, back when I was, like, 19. And I'm 33 now, so...
Okay, well, here, I'll give you 3 in a batch. Okay? Because these are my biggest heroes in this point of my life. And for me, my biggest heroes will always be people that I know personally.
Okay, go for it.
And here's why. Because I do have heroes that I've never met before, right? That I kind of, like, really admire. But I've never really seen who they really are.
Yeah,
I've just seen what either they want me to see or is shown to me. And so because of that, I don't really totally know who they are. I only know certain parts of their life.
I totally agree with that.
So I would say number one, and I'm not saying this for any brownie points, I'm just telling you how it is. My biggest hero at this point in my life is my wife, Shannon. And that's because I see her at her worst and I see her at her best. And if I can be half the person she can be, then I'm doing okay.
Totally.
The other 2 I would say are both named David. David Diamond, a good friend of mine, who I've gone to India with a couple times, and we just dear friends. And a guy named David Samuel, who's an Indian. Him and his wife have a ministry in India. Her name's Vijaya. And David Samuel is more like the person of Jesus than anybody I've ever met in my life. And have you ever been around someone that you just want to be next to?
Yeah.
Like, I would fly all the way to India tomorrow with no purpose other than just to sit next to this guy.
That's rad, dude.
Okay. And so that's definitely my top 3.
Those are great.
So,
I love it.
All right, your turn.
Personally?
Whatever you want. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've got a short list of heroes. And
I know one. I know one that you're not saying.
And honestly, yeah. And honestly, most of them I haven't met. Well, that's not true. Like, one of my heroes is David Hogan.
I was going to name him, and here's why. Once we get into people like that, right? So people that are kind of names or whatever that you don't know, I see each person like that, and they're heroes for like one particular reason.
Yeah.
So the reason that David Hogan would be a hero for me is one word. It's very simple for me: faith.
Yeah.
Okay. Now there's a lot of things about that guy that I don't necessarily admire, but his faith alone is enough to make him one of my favorite people in the world. Yeah. So like each person like that. So like if you say like a Heidi Baker or something like that, it's easy for me. The one word is love.
Right.
Right. So it's not like a holistic, like with the other people.
Yeah, but for me, the thing is, for me, like I'm saying people that I have embraced both their weaknesses and strengths, and I've like worked through it where even their weaknesses I see as beautiful and awesome.
Great. I follow. Okay.
So like Hogan, for a lot of people, he's kind of like sandpaper, but like I've sat with him and talked with him, and I know why he's like that. And what he's been through. And so I'm not offended even by his offensive streaks. Like,
oh, I think they're hilarious. That guy's never offended me before in my life.
Dude, David is one of the most real, hilarious people I've ever met. But the thing is, he can't be that to a lot of people because he's in the church arena. He can't be his funny self.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that's really frustrating is when you meet one of these people, they think you adore them just because you're a fan, when in reality you see their issues and you're very aware of that, but you've decided that that's just a part of the picture and it's not offensive. I don't know. And you value them for who they really are, you know.
That makes sense.
Obviously Bill is one of my heroes. He always will be.
Bill Johnson.
Yeah. Love Bill. I think a lot of people love these guys for reasons that I don't know. I think a lot of these people love like Bill and David and stuff for what they've accomplished. But I like them for who they are, like their personalities. I like them. Yeah, what they've accomplished is awesome, but I love their heart for God. Yeah. I mean, I could go into it a lot, all the things I love about these different people, but I don't need to do that. Anyways, my mom's one of my heroes because she witnessed my dad die and didn't turn her back on God and kept loving the Lord through all of it. And stayed out of bitterness, and she continued to love people in the midst of losing what was most important to her. So, yeah, I mean, those are probably my top heroes. I don't even think my mom would believe me if I said that, but it's true. So
yeah, that's good. Moms are good. I was thinking of my mom as well.
Yeah, moms are amazing for sure.
There's nothing like a good mom.
Yeah, dude, they bring so much security to your heart that you don't even know about because you can always fall back on mom.
Yeah,
always.
That's true. That is true. So did we complete our lists?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I've got more heroes, but
Me too. I mean, there's a lot more people that I admire, of course, but if it's that much trouble for me to think of them, then they might not be a quote unquote hero.
Totally.
I could give you like a big list of people that I think are amazing and like really, really admire or look up to. But I think hero is a big word.
Hero is a big word. It should be completely set apart from everything else. And that's why I say, like, Martin Luther King Jr., he's amazing. He accomplished so much. He did so much for this world. But for me, I don't personally relate to him very much at all. And I don't see anything of him, his personality, or like who he actually is, aside from like I Have a Dream speech and a couple other things. I mean, I don't know anything about him. You know, I know facts about his life. So for me, he doesn't equate a hero. A hero is someone that I I personally relate to. When I listen to them talk, I feel my own DNA coming out of their mouth, right? Like I feel them speaking my language, saying the things that are on my heart, verbalizing my very thoughts. When they can do that, when I relate to them on that level, I think I begin to get hero status.
That's good. I like that.
But yeah. Well, we're over an hour, dude.
Are we really?
Yep.
How did that happen?
It went quick.
105, 33, 34, 35,
Yep. You got
36. Oh, yeah. So I hope people are enjoying this. I know we're enjoying them. I still think it'd be fun to find a way to possibly pull out, well, I'm using my phone, but do like a live, either Periscope or Facebook Live video while we're doing this. And so people could interact with us just at least one time and just see how it goes, just for fun for a little while.
That'd be fun. I'd be down.
So if you guys would be interested in that, let us know. We might have like 5 or 10 minutes of the show where we just chat with you guys and pull you into the conversation. I haven't talked to Tyler about this, so I'm just bringing this up. So
I'm down.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're on No Agenda.
Boom! It is what it is.
It is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. And we still need intro and outro music, don't we?
Meh.
Maybe.
It's up to you, man.
Would you guys like intro and outro music?
They don't care, dude. They don't care.
And they might care.
They're not like, oh, I chose not to listen to No Agenda this week because they didn't have a 6-second intro.
I'll tell you what I like when it comes to podcasts. I don't like all the radio sounding intros where they do like a preview and then a song and then a da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I just fast forward all that stuff, man.
Me too. It's obnoxious. What I like is maybe 3 to 5 seconds of like a catchy song, and that's it. And like maybe just like the name of the podcast, like really quick, straight into the show. Don't jerk me around. Don't whatever. Just let's get to it. But at least that sound, because when I hear that sound, that like it, I don't know, it's like it releases your endorphins that connects to the experience you had last time.
Whoa.
Yeah, man, it's like that song becomes like you connect it with that, and that's what I do with stuff.
Dang, that's intense.
So
get an endorphin rush from 6 seconds of music. That's good.
You can, because it's not the 6 seconds of music; it's what the 6 seconds of music introduces the following hour and 5 minutes of experience with Tyler and Jeremy on No Agenda.
Jeremy, well,
oh, there you go. See you later.